right. This is the official Deadly Meatball
Tier list
2v2
time.
tier
Tier list
list.
time.
All right,
We're gonna start. Let's start with
archers.
the Evo archers.
I'm saying that these fuckers in 2v2, they're probably a little bit better than in normal because you get like a little more space to
Yeah,
work
but
with them.
there's too many spells. They used to
That's
be
true.
really good when they didn't die to arrows, but
That's true.
like think about how many decks actually play archers, and not a lot of them are very good.
But that's the thing, though. They're not like bait decks. It's like expo decks. But we shit on them anyways because those
Yeah,
decks suck. Yeah,
I I
the decks they're played in suck.
I, I think they can be good if they get on tower.
Yeah,
They can. In their air, they hit air, but I'm putting them in D.
I'm saying here's the
I'm
thing.
putting them in
I don't
D.
think they're bad. I think the decks they're in are bad. So I'll say B. Fair.
No,
And then we'll move them later.
no. Let's
See,
compromise
see,
D. Yeah,
see.
yeah, we
Okay.
can compromise.
Barbs suck D, like F tier. Like we're adding
Yeah,
tier four barbs.
you wanna put
we're adding an F tier four barbs.
Barb tier.
This is the barb tier. It's getting added right now in the middle of the list. I think this is pretty
Barb
standard
Evo
for me.
Tesla tier.
Yeah, literally, this is gonna be the Barb Evo Tesla tier.
Just put them both in there right
We'll
now.
just, we'll just, we'll
Yeah,
just,
and not,
we'll just
we don't
skip
even
them.
need to talk about Evo Tesla.
It's just true.
Put 'em
Ever
to the
since,
ground.
yeah, ever since
Trash.
they got rid of it, you know what would make Evo Tesla good though? Since we'll both do a little bit
Reverting
on
the
it.
changes back.
No, make the shockwave after it dies.
Yeah, why would they take that away?
Yeah,
That's
no,
so dumb.
instead of when it opens, do it when it
Do
dies.
both.
Yeah, or just do both and nerf the damage a little bit. Just make it as
All right,
awesome.
Firecracker. I think Firecracker, same with archers, used to be really good. 2v2 though, what we're talking about,
Well,
2v2
actually,
tier.
it's like C because it's so easy to get the King Tower activation.
Yeah,
That's so much more
2v2,
important.
it's easy. Like, in our giant skeleton deck, it's great for spam. It's super annoying, but with the amount of spells,
It's not
it's just not great.
even with the
Takes 2 cycles now, right?
yeah,
Yeah, not great.
yeah, no.
All right, Evo Bats.
Evo Bats. Yeah,
I think Evo, hear me out. 2v2, you don't build Elixir fast, right?
mm,
And like, it's cheap air. Looking at us, we play the Goon decks. So having Bats as a cheap cycle and like a fast rotation, like it takes 2 cycles to get Evos. I honestly think Bats are A. I honestly think
that's
Bats are
okay.
A.
I was gonna say I
They're
was gonna give
just,
them high too. I think that we'll put them in A for now,
they survive Zap.
that's true. That's true. And they do, yeah, that's true. They
Dude,
survive all
and
the
think they're
smells
2
techniques,
Elixir with how
all the
slow you get
units.
Elixir?
Yeah, that's pretty true. If they need to go down, we'll bring them down. I'm putting Ice Spirit A too, dude.
No, I think B.
Evo Ice Spirit.
No, since the nerf.
No, dude,
Since the nerf.
It's still A.
Dude, it's a good cycle, but I
It's
think it's
still
B.
A, dude. Dude,
Dude, convince me. Convince me
how
it's
many
B.
wounds, how many like building targeting win cons has my Evo Ice Spirit just stopped?
All right,
It,
you can
it
put it in
stopped.
there. Enough said.
Yeah. Hey, Evo Knight, I'm saying it's just solid. It's A or B. It's got to be A
I
or B.
think B. High B.
It's
Because,
high
like,
B. Okay, high B.
yeah,
I'll take
because
that.
I don't know how we're going to do this tier list as we go, but I
Yeah,
feel like
we'll
Evo
adjust it for
Knight
you.
was literally the most broken card in the game. Check out our short about that. But I, I mean, it's just mid. Like, it's a good
It's
tank.
good.
It's a good,
It's
cheap
good.
tank. It does mid, little low damage, but with how much health you get, it's good. 2 cycles is too long.
I think
I think if you give Evo Knight 2 cycles with how much damage it gets done now, because let's be honest, you can almost melt it even when it's walking.
that's so true. Like, and you actually kind of need to think when you play it to like make it walk to things.
Yeah.
With that being said, it's still great to counter like a Mega Knight with
Yeah.
it. So
Or Evo Knight and like
yeah,
Graveyard, Evo Knight,
B
anything.
tier, B
Yeah.
tier. Mortar. I'm going like 2v2. This thing's pretty ass. Like, it's kind of like it's a win con, but like
No, it's cheeks. And I love this card. This was my first level
yeah.
15 card. I loved running Mortar Cannon cart, but
Well, we're specifically talking about Evos right now.
yeah.
I mean, if it gets on tower, it fucks. But
Well, you gotta also take into account what you have to go through to get the Evo.
oh yeah, that sucks. You don't do that in
No,
2v2.
it's D.
Yeah, it's got to be
Because it
D.
has its place. If it gets on tower with the Evo, especially, and you got a miner or you got an Evo Knight or anything out,
Mhm.
it's gonna tank for it and it's gonna shred.
Yeah.
Hell, one of those in a fucking oh, we can't swear. No,
We'll bleep.
got it. And
We'll just be careful.
what else? Oh, what was I gonna say?
I think
No,
I think
mortar and underrated combo. Mortar and balloon.
That's actually kind of true. Like with a building targeting troop, the mortar does go hard because I was gonna say it's a great kind of like offense. That Evo cannon are actually kind of like offensive buildings. Not in like a way that they're gonna take tower, but they're gonna help you clear to get tower.
Yeah.
Now on to recruits. I think recruits are in a really weird spot
I
because
think I we always play against them,
we
and they
always
always get through.
that's the thing, the recruits, like there's no real way to defend efficiently,
Dude,
even in 2v2
rec-
without them getting like two stabs.
I don't even
It's
think
so
the
annoying.
Evo is okay, but I think recruits like as a card, like just having the Evo is like the little spice. Like it's
Yeah.
like recruits is this looming threat where one of these 2v2 guys is gonna run.
Something fucked with it. We'll bleep that out. So they're
We're
gonna
gonna
run
have a
something
lot of
bad.
bleeps.
We're gonna
Yeah, they're
we're gonna bleep
okay.
something. We've
Imagine
already
this.
bleeped so far. It's not
Imagine this.
material.
Imagine you got a push where it's Evo
Evil Goblin
recruits.
Barrel, evil recruits. Enough said.
Yeah.
Enough
Or
said.
imagine they play like anything, literally anything. Evo P.E.K.K.A.
Oh yeah, it's kind of wraps. I think you
The
see
Evo
it.
Goblin. See, the recruits card is good because as a card itself, it's like even in 2v2, it's like a C tier card.
I think okay, I
But
think
the
we need
fact that other cards can play so good off this deck, like with recruits,
you know
I
what I
think
think
it's
you know what I think we need to do? I think Ice Spirit and Bats go to S.
no,
I the for,
no,
for now, Knight goes to A, recruits go to B.
no. I disagree.
You think they go B?
No, I think recruits are A.
You think recruits are
I
A?
think you move those down. Recruits. I think bats are better than recruits.
I think it goes like this, and we'll rank it. The best will be towards the front for the that tier, and the
I
worst tier
I
will be
think
towards the
Evos.
back.
I
We'll come
think
back to that.
recruits are better. Okay,
Better than Ice Spirit?
yeah, I would
I
say
don't know. I don't know.
okay.
But we'll stick in A.
I'll let you have that one because Evo Spirit's so good on defense.
Yeah, it's so good.
Evo Royal Giant.
It's kind of cheeks because the regular one is pretty good on its own.
It's just not. It's not a bad Evo. In 2v2,
Underwhelming.
it it's underwhelming, but you're always going to get a hit.
That's true, and it's not
You're always
bad.
going to get a hit, and
It's one cycle.
yeah, and it's like 6 elixir. It's a really good tank for 2v2 because both people have to commit to defending it.
Is it B or C?
I
It
think
can't be
it's.
A. It can't be
I
A.
think. Well, with the Evo, you can't swarm it, so I think it's.
You're gonna go B.
I think C, high C, like
Okay,
above
C
archers.
above Archers and Cracker. I'd say yeah, Cracker's down there.
No, I'd put crackers above archers.
Really?
Yeah.
King Tower
Archers are kind of
activations?
dogs. Archers are like bottom tier
Yeah,
speed.
at least like you just take the King
I
Tower
like
activation.
Firecracker. I
You take
run
the King Tower
Firecracker
activation
because,
and you do a shit
all
ton
right,
of damage. Those are
controversial
good.
one.
Skellies?
Love Skellies. Pre-patch Skellies were great. 2v2, like every other game you were winning with Evo Skellies.
Yeah.
Ever since the 3 nerf, which I didn't think is the biggest deal. I thought it was going to be
In
a big deal.
1v1, I don't think it's a big deal.
In 2v2, I don't think it's the biggest deal. Again, in 2v2, there's so many spells, arrows, zap, fireball, log. It's hard to get value, especially because everyone loves running Executioner. So I think the biggest problem with Evo Skellingtons is their hit speed. The hit speed nerf is before it could take out a Valk, it could take out Mega Knight, it could take out all these cards, and it still can,
Yeah.
but you have to be perfect and but
You
that's the
have to be
thing.
good at them now. You
That's the
actually have to be skilled at them now. And
but
if you
that's the
fuck up the
thing.
placement, they're gonna get
That
toasted.
another thing though is even on like tower, they die so fast because they're so limited. I think you only get 8 at max.
Yeah, you only get 8 at max. But they're still so good. I think we got to give them B because they still will take out an entire Evo Mega Knight by themselves
I
if you
think
let them.
yeah, and also they're great on defense.
You have I think we still have to give them B just because
Okay.
of like where they're at. But because there's so many spells, it's kind of fucked. A Valk has to go A. The defense and then the counter push that you get with it,
Just the damage it can do.
yeah, it always
It
fucks up
kills
the
so
counter
much
push.
swarm. It's stupid in 2v2. If you have Evo Valk,
I'm saying this might go S.
high A. Make it
Okay,
first.
make it first and A for
It
sure.
just it's so good at defending tanky cards, Mega Knight. You know, lots of people are running Mega Knight or P.E.K.K.A. cycles. It counters Hog. It's great. It's a great card, and honestly, it does everything you need. It doesn't die to spells.
Mhm.
Dude, I might put that in. Dude, put it in S.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because,
It
like,
has to be an
in
S. I'm
1v1,
thinking Spirit goes S too, dude.
no.
I think Spirit goes S. No, okay, we'll
No.
hold it down there for now.
But I think, like, it's just so good in 2v2. Like, in 1v1, I'd put in B. But,
What about okay? Let's go for a spell. Let's go for Evo Zap. What do you
no,
think?
let's stay in order. Let's
Oh,
stay
let's
in
stay in
order.
order. Okay, Musket. Musket's like eh.
B.
It's okay.
You get if you get
Sure.
value with the ability, then yeah, no, dude.
It's got to be right there because, like, well, 2v, yeah.
It gets fireballed. It gets spelled.
Actually, no. Every time we play it in 2v2, they never hit what they want.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard to
actually, yeah,
use.
they never hit what they want.
It's just a normal musket basically, and even if you do hit something, it'll kill one thing, and then you have two people, so you're wasting
There's double
evo
the
slot.
troops. There's double the
Yeah,
troops on the
it's a
field.
two cycle, isn't
Yeah, and it's a bad Evo for 2 cycles. Look at all the better ones you can run
it?
in a combo
All
Evo.
right, I'm not even talking about the next one. Just put in S.
Just it's so good in 2v2. It literally
It's
just
it's
slaps
stupid.
things around. It stops entire pushes.
No, we
And
don't even gotta talk about it.
double the
We know
troops.
why it's
It's
S.
it's
We
so
know why
fucking
it's
good in
S.
2v2.
It's
Oh
top
my
S.
god.
It's better than Valk.
It's gotta be. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, even if it goes against an Evo Valk, it'll just hit it to the tower, and then he gets pulled to the tower.
And then I think like we can't do it justice without like mentioning the bait cards that go with it, following up with the Dart Goblin, which is
Dark
so good.
Gobby
It will destroy
counters.
entire pushes, but it's
So,
so delicate. And
yeah,
plus it'll die to log too.
but
But I
it's
think it
such a
gets to
fast
be.
cycle.
I
Yeah,
think it gets to be just because it's a quicker cycle and like
and it kills you
it's just
Goblin Giant Balloon.
the mini
Like
poison after, so they can't bait
the
you.
main
It's crazy.
win cons you're gonna play against, Evo Dark Gobby pretty much counters all of them. It's just so fragile, and you know they're gonna be running arrows. So
Or log. Or
you
log.
know,
If sometimes both people are running log, and that's just a nightmare.
even in log bait, it's good, but it's not the best.
P.E.K.K.A.'s really it can be terrifying, but like sometimes like if they are bad at it, it's just like
I don't think it's as good as Evo Mega Knight, but I definitely think it's a solid A.
I'm gonna go B because if like they don't have any, it won't carry the deck by itself. But like if it's in the deck, it's like Evo.
Dude,
It's like
it's so broken. Like it takes so much damage. Like an Evo P.E.K.K.A. with anything is a terrifying push, and you have to commit to countering it. I think
that's true.
I think just low A.
Low A. Okay. Okay. Evo Cannon. I'm bad at playing this, so you can't judge my ability to play this card at.
I I'm not, but I'm just like from what I've seen
It's
from people playing it and what I've played against it,
it has to
I
be
think
A.
it's C.
No, dude, it has to be. It has to be like high. It's definitely the best B tier, if not lowest. It like better than the P.E.K.K.A. Then because it just clears the entire field. And when I've started playing it on offense, it
Hmm.
one shots crackers, it one shots all that kind of baity stuff, and
Yeah,
regardless
I
of
guess it
damage in
can do a
buildings.
board wipe.
Yep. So if we go for a push, you
I'll
can
give
play
it
it at the
B.
bridge.
I'll give it B.
Let's go high B for right now. Best of B. The
Just
barrel.
because defense is
The
so good.
barrel has to be S or A.
I'll give it S. It's just 2v2. It's hard to counter things. You see a barrel flying and it's so chaotic. And then you always have a tank pushing for it because you got two people. It's hard to counter,
In
If
both
they use,
lanes. In
yeah,
both
and if they
lanes.
use their spell, then then you can push with something else. Overall, just a good card.
If
Always gets damage.
If you have it in the deck, basically the playthrough is bait their spells, double push with it. That's how you go. You win the
All
game.
right.
Goblin Giant, this thing is a threat in 2v2, dude.
No, it's deadly.
It is so
It's one of
bad.
your main win cons you're gonna play.
It's better than the P.E.K.K.A. for sure. So I think that means we have to bring the P.E.K.K.A. down.
No, I think we put it in A.
Ahead of the recruits, I'd say.
I'd say yeah, because I mean
Spirit.
yeah, because Spirit's so good on defense, but yeah.
Also, here's the thing about 2v2. We'll talk about how they're better, how things are different 2v2 after.
Well, we already kind of did.
Yeah, that's
It's
true. All
just
right,
elixir counts and all that. Just having a card like that can actually make more troops as it goes is huge in 2v2.
Bomber, I'm putting S or A once again because it kind of covers. There's a weird synthesis in
There's
2v2
too much
where
cycle.
you need three, you need for 2 to 4 small spells, and the bomber can kind of make up for that while running the evolution. It's a secondary win con. Pair that thing with the Evo Mega Knight. I don't know why you always hate on it, bro. You throw that Evo Mega Knight down with the bomber behind it, it takes towers
I don't know.
all
I
day.
feel like it just gets spelled. I feel like people see the Evo, like see it go down, and get spammed. I
Plus,
think
after
what
the
it
nerf,
does
it
is
doesn't
good.
double tap.
Yeah, but it's still good. It can wipe out small spell or small troops.
I'd say around dark. It's a little better than dark
Yeah,
energy
I'll
though.
put it lower B. Lower B ahead of Dark Goblin. I think that's a good spot.
I'd say ahead of Dark Gobby.
Yeah,
Ahead of Dark Gobby, like right there.
yeah.
Drill fucking like is just me or does this thing suck?
It's good if you play it right. It can get good damage and it's
2v2 though.
automatic damage. Yeah, in 2v2 it can be good, but I feel like it's just very counterable, especially with the 2v2 decks right now. Like with the meta, there's a lot of like bigger troops and a lot of like tanky cards.
Compared to Royal Giant, where do you think it's at? A little better, a little
I
worse.
think a little worse. I'll put it like lower C. like mid C.
I'd say it's a win con, so it's still better than those two though.
Yeah. Evo Wizard
D.
was great, but yeah, just D. It's
It's
just the shield is too weak and the wizard is too much. I'd,
it's not even good in 2v2. The swarm, the
if you're
extra
gonna,
cards in 2v2 isn't even worth it.
I'd
The extra
rather
spell
have
bait.
Evo Musketeer over Fire, or like
Yep.
yeah.
Firecracker so you can spell it out. Something. Oh, the ram?
I
I
think
think it's
Williams another C. I think it's good, but I also think it's just there's so much stuff in 2v2 that can like just damage it down.
dare I say the cracker is better.
Yeah, I honestly think Ram right now in the meta just there's too many buildings you can play. Evo Cannon counters it. Inferno Tower counters it. Like even small troops can counter it.
2v2 into 2v2 meta. This thing like keep in mind there's so many
It was
groups to
good,
get fucked. And like a lot of the times it won't even like do damage to the defending troops so that it can't prevent a counter push. You can get a really good counter push off it a lot of the times.
but I mean you run it with P.E.K.K.A, but P.E.K.K.A is also like good. Like it's a good win con. You're gonna play against it a lot, but I feel like it's
Too many
if you're
upgrades.
running it, you need to run it with P.E.K.K.A. And if I'm running P.E.K.K.A, I would rather run recruits. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Or any of the other
Yeah.
evolutions.
All right,
Evo
Evo
Zap, I think it's
got
still
nerfed.
really good.
I think it's good. I think it's like a mid B. I think there's just like other spells you can run that are better. I feel like
Here's the
only
thing
two
though.
shots really killed it.
I think we're hating on it because we don't play it. I've been playing it a little more recently, and here's the
No,
thing.
I don't think
We
it's
get ruined by it though. Keep in mind when we get wrecked a lot of times, it's
no,
because
I'm
Evo
not
Zap
saying
comes
it's
in.
bad. I'm just saying it's like there's better options. I in the meta right now just with like because bait's getting phased out a little bit. I think it's like
I still think it's better than Knight.
all right, I'll give you that.
Yeah, so
Evo E-Drag, I mean,
we
it's
just
pretty
played
good.
it. Like we
Yeah,
just
we played
played it.
against it. Pretty good. I mean, it's so hard to defend it.
The first
Any like golem push and against like any big push, it can basically cancel it. Like spells are a big deal, but besides that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of spell resistant because it's a little tanky. Like arrows don't do anything, and like
Honestly, I'd give it A.
I think Evo E Drag has to go A.
Solid A.
Even with the normal one sucking, it's just so much better in 2v2.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Wall breakers, dude, these things are
10.
solo. They are crazy, but in 2v2,
I've tried making it work. Hard to get them on. Too many spells. Bottom of D.
that being said, we have some scaly minutes to try with that card.
Yeah, we
Have to
will.
say that.
It's a fun card. It's so hard to get a hit in 2v2.
Yeah, but it does. You know what? It does. You know what? That's lineup. That's its perfect lineup. Cage.
Top of C.
Here's the thing, though. Cage will counter like an entire push.
Yeah, it'll counter a push, but I mean it's also easy to get spelled again. People are running hog and a fireball.
It's also a weird cycle. Like
Yeah.
even though it's one cycle, it doesn't feel like that because of how Cage.
No, it's definitely a good building, but out of my buildings, I want something that can do damage now, not like a troop. And when it does pull something in, it takes a long time for a bigger troop to die.
It's deceptive. It's not generous like the Evo Cannon. It's like a small radius.
But
Evo Snowball, I think like
dude, it might be F. Dude, it's bad.
it.
It's bad, and it's just not good.
Well, they added 4 seconds. Is that good? Is 4 seconds of
No,
freeze good?
no,
How long is the ice spirit? Like a second and a half?
no, it's not good. I think it's
If
F.
you're an Expo player, you can put it in D, but other than that, you're getting
I don't think it's
that thing's
no, it's the
cheeks.
worst.
That
Yeah,
thing's cheeks.
just
No, no, no,
total.
no. No. Barbs are the worst. Sorry, barbs are the worst. They're
Yeah,
so
F trash.
okay. So we're gonna go
Hunter.
Hunter, Evo Hunter. This is Evo Hunter. Like the thing is in 2v2, there's definitely higher value targets that you can hit. But the thing is like it's still kind of like meh.
There's in 2v2, there's too much on the board. It's not going to get great value. Everyone thought it was going to be broken, but unless someone's running like Balloon, it's great. And like a lot of people play Lumberloon right now in 2v2, but it gets countered. It's going to put down the Balloon and then get wrecked by the Lumberjack. It's going to get spelled.
And then
And
you have
heaven,
counter push
yeah,
value, which is
heaven,
really good in 2v2.
yeah, and heaven forbid you actually play like anything other than Balloon. You're pretty much done.
Now we got to talk about something that's completely different to the Evo Hunter, the Evo Lumberjack. This
I
thing is
think
a
it's still good.
menace.
Yeah,
This thing is still a menace, and it might need another nerf.
I think
It's going high A tier in my opinion.
I think it's I think
I think it's going ahead of the bats, if not.
it's just so good in 2v2. You get so much value. You can play
It
Lumberloon.
might go S. Like
Lumberloon.
it
No,
might
I
go
don't think
S.
it's S.
Dude, think about it. You play it on defense, it wrecks an entire push. You play it on offense, it destroys the cat. Okay. Still
It
A.
gives rate. Yeah, it's good. And honestly, I think A like A plus is a good rating for it. I
I really have a problem with some of these. I think
looking at it now, I
Ice
mean,
Spirit needs to go S. Just look at the value. It's one elixir. It gets played
fine.
all
You
the
can.
time.
I mean, it's just good on defense, but
It's so goaded.
I mean, I think the S tier is good. I don't think S tier needs to be touched. If anything, for A, I would move Lumberjack down, but I like this list.
I honestly think this list looks good. S
Mhm.
and A tier is pretty like those. Maybe Valk and Mega Knight are A, but like other than that, there's arguments for all S and A tier cards to
Yeah,
be F and A, honestly. But the B to F tier is honestly pretty solid, I'd
yeah.
say,
I
for
feel like
2v2.
I feel like in 2v2, a lot of Evos are good. Like you can always get value out of Evos, but I just feel like it comes to variety almost, where some Evos just don't do the job as good as other Evos.
Right, and the thing is you need to be playing like we'll just talk about 2v2 theory now. You need to be playing like with synergy with your partner, right?
Yeah,
Like the Evos that work together in tandem better than just one Evo are the best. That's why
yeah,
stuff like Evo Mega Knight is so good. Evo Barrel is so good, right? That's
yeah,
why stuff like that. Evo Bats are so good. That's why the bats are in
yeah.
there.
No, it's just pushing with Evos because like normal cards will do the job, but Evos just change up the game, changes everything. And I think just having the A to S tiers are just some are great win cons, some counter everything, and some are just annoying as hell.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm good with that tier list.
I think that's a great tier list.
And you know what?
That was great, and
Yeah,
I think
you
that's
know what?
probably meatball out.
No, I got one last thing to say.
Okay, what is
Evo Giant Skeleton. Put
it?
it in
Evo
the
Giant
game.
Skeleton.
Put it
Evo
in the
Giant
game.
Skeleton clones itself. Clones itself like Goblin Giant.
Yes.
All right, two.